Have you ever wondered how top-level grapplers in MMA and Jiu-Jitsu can hold and squeeze submissions forever with unbreakable strength without tiring? Top guys in the game like Gordon Ryan and even Ben Askren have credited this submission strength to a special kind of strength training. It's called overcoming isometrics, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the 4 best overcoming isometric exercises to help you dominate on the mats or in the cage with unbreakable submission strength. Stay tuned. What is good? It's Coach Adam with Counter-Strike, where we make fight science simple. We teach combat athletes how to build unbreakable strength, develop relentless cardio, and eat like a pro so they can dominate on the mats or in the cage. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Only if you're a serious combat athlete. We're dropping new videos every single week. If you're excited to get stronger, if you're excited to tighten up your submission game, then make sure you smash that like button. And make sure you stick around until the very end, because I have a special bonus to help you dominate on the mats or in the cage. So before we can talk about the 4 best exercises for unbreakable submission strength, we first have to understand what overcoming isometric training is. Anytime that we perform an exercise, our muscle goes through one of 3 kinds of contractions. There's the concentric contraction, or the shortening of the muscle. Think about like the working part of a movement. There's the eccentric contraction. You can think about the lowering portion of a movement. And then there's the isometric contraction. This is a static contraction where there's no movement in the joint angle. Think about holding a bicep curl right here. When it comes to unbreakable submission strength, this is where isometric contractions come into play. Overcoming isometrics is a type of isometric training where we apply 100% of our force and our effort into an immovable object. In Jiu-Jitsu or MMA, that immovable object could be a neck while we're finishing a rear naked choke and we're squeezing isometrically. So that's the basics of overcoming isometrics. It's pretty simple. Now that we understand what overcoming isometric training is, we can talk about the 4 best exercises for unbreakable submission strength. For each of the exercises that we're talking about today, we're going to want to perform them for 3 to 5 sets. We're going to be spending 5 seconds ramping up to 100% effort. And then once we reach 100% effort, we're going to maintain that 100% effort for 10 to 15 seconds for a total working time of 15 to 20 seconds per exercise per set. Exercise number 1 is a floor press into pins. We're going to set the pins over us in the rack. As far as the height is concerned, you want the pins to be at a level where you can maintain a 90-degree angle in your elbow. We're going to take just the bar and we're going to press it into the pins as violently and aggressively as possible, ramping up to 100% effort and then holding it there after that. The floor press into pins is a great exercise for building isometric strength in our chest, triceps, and shoulders, as well as increasing our grip strength. This can be a key player in helping us finish upper body submissions where we're pushing like a Kimura from the bottom of a guard. Exercise number 2 is a med ball guillotine squeeze. This one is really easy to set up. You're going to take a med ball, put it in between your arms, hold it with a gable grip, and just squeeze as hard as you possibly can. Like we talked about, you're going to spend 5 seconds ramping up to 100% effort, and then you're going to maintain it there for another 10 to 15 seconds. This is one of my favorite exercises for building isometric strength in our pulling muscles like our lats, our scaps, and our biceps. This is going to help us finish a lot of our squeezing chokes like a guillotine or a rear naked choke. Now we're going to switch things to our lower body with exercise number 3, which is a trap bar deadlift into pins. The setup is going to be very similar to our bench press into pins. You want to make sure that you set the pins to a height where you can maintain a power position while performing the exercise. Think about a position that you would be in when you're extending through a takedown or you're getting ready to jump. This is a beautiful exercise for developing isometric strength through our hamstrings, our glutes, and our quads, as well as developing some grip strength. The trap bar deadlift into pins can help us finish those submissions that require us to extend our hips. Think about finishing an arm bar or a leg lock. And our fourth and final exercise is an adductor med ball squeeze. Just like our guillotine squeeze, this adductor squeeze is very easy to set up. We're gonna take a med ball, and while seated, we're gonna place it between our knees and squeeze as hard as possible. Again, spending 5 seconds to ramp up to 100% effort, and then maintaining that effort for another 10 to 15 seconds. This exercise will help us build isometric strength in our adductors or our groin muscles. This is really important for finishing squeezing submissions with our lower body, like my favorite submission, the triangle choke. So there you have it, the 4 best exercises for unbreakable submission strength. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have a special bonus to really help you take your game to the next level so you can dominate on the mats or in the cage. I put together a 100% completely free 3-week strength and conditioning program for combat athletes. It's called our 21-day challenge. It's going to give you complete access to the Counter-Strike app for 3 weeks. To give you an idea of what a professional strength and conditioning program looks like, click the link in the description below to access our 21-day challenge and download the Counter-Strike app. I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what other topics you want me to cover in these videos. Until next time, catch you later.